everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie. It is on Netflix called Twisters, and this movie is starring Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones. And this movie is directed by Lee Isaac Chang, who has directed this Oscar-nominated movie Minari. So when this Twisters movie came out in 2024, this movie is supposed to be the huge blockbuster from Universal Studio. They spent a lot of money behind this movie for advertising and everything. Of course, this movie came out during the summer like a blockbuster season, and basically this was one of the huge flop in that year. So when this movie came out, initially did get a lot of good review from all the critics. End of the day, it is sitting quite good on Rotten Tomato, and all these big reviewer, they said this movie is good. So I was really excited to see this movie. I was like, whoa, let's see this movie and try to understand why this movie was such a huge flop for Universal Studio back then. And they invested all this money after Glen Powell, who's supposed to be this next big superstar, you know what I mean? And after watching this movie, I understand why this movie was such a huge flop at the box office. First of all, you are watching the summer blockbuster movie, about tornado. You are like hoping to see some cool action, some action after action and good set pieces and good, like decent acting, I guess, from everyone. And this movie, oh wow, this movie has none of it. None of it. This movie, although it does start with this huge twister scene, and after that, this movie slows down. This movie's dialogues are so bad. So like useless dialogue, like nobody can understand what the heck are they saying, what are they trying to do. Like this movie never explained to the audience. Like the first 15 minutes for this movie is really ridiculous, and I was just like, wow, modern Hollywood really doesn't know how to write good dialogue that it will keep the audience engaged. You might be thinking, oh, why the dialogues are bad, oh, audience are dumb. No, audience are not dumb. They just don't understand what the heck are they saying, because none of this dialogue makes sense. All this thing they're saying also doesn't make sense. So, and all the thing they're trying to do here, trying to stop the tornado with all this chemical. Then the first act for this movie, it was a little bit interesting. Then this movie really slows down. And then this movie tried to introduce you this YouTuber Glen Powell in this. Wow, this movie really became so slow to make Glen Powell relevant to the story you were watching, that this movie really slows down so much. I was so bored watching this movie. I felt sleep's kind of time, and I was there thinking, man, I'm here to eat some popcorn and see some action scene, you know what I mean? People like flying out and everything. This movie probably has total death of like, I don't know, maybe 5 people or something. And the last action set pieces this movie has, so underwhelming and so bad. Like, what the heck are we doing here with all these set pieces? Doesn't make sense. The whole movie took place, I think it's shot in Oklahoma. And some of the scene in this movie, especially these two lead, they don't have any chemistry. Because do you know why? Because Glen Powell is so much older than Daisy Edgar Jones. He looks so much older than him, and Glen Powell has this creepy face. He really creeps me out with his smile, and he doesn't have any talent. You can see this guy is zero talent guy. You cannot be a movie star with zero talent and with zero acting ability. This is not 2004, You can say whatever about Tom Cruise. A lot of people think, oh, Tom Cruise, this movie superstar. End of the day, Tom Cruise gave some really great performance in many movies, right? Like, at top of my mind, that movie where he was investigating the army's dead. What was that? Few Good People, right? That movie, many other movies. Tom Cruise has given many good performance. Giving after good performance, then he became this movie star. He did not became movie star right away. You do not do that in Hollywood. Not in 2020, year. I guess this movie really proves that Glen Powell, he has zero talent. He's so bad on screen. And he doesn't even look that good. He has one of those punchable face. Like his face is so perfect, makes me sick. However, makes me sick. What the heck am I saying? Like I don't like this kind of actor, you know. You can like, especially this like era audience, you can see this guy does not have any talent, and audience can see through, obviously. However, obviously, Daisy Edgar Jones, you know, she is the very talented actress. Even the crappy script and crappy dialogue she was saying, she was still good and trying to be good here. Unfortunately, this movie, the way it was directed, this directed by Lee Isaac Chung, who has directed this indie movie, you know, Minari. So obviously this is a big blockbuster movie, and you can see, unfortunately, he doesn't have experience to like direct this kind of huge movie, you know. And this movie obviously demanded him to make Glen Powell relatable, blah blah. And I'm just like, what is going on? This, like, the halfway through this movie really take detour to make him relatable or like to this movie, and didn't work, honestly. This movie is so boring. I was so bored watching this movie. Dialogues are really bad. Cringy dialogues and so cheesy. And you are just like, this is not the era to make this kind of cheesy movie. There's a reason why this did not make money. Like, you can see it. You know, audience are not dumb in 2026. They're smart. They can see through when dumb writing has presented front of them. You know what I mean? Did I like this movie? I don't think so. None of the action scenes were good or anything. The only thing I did like, I guess, the story, what it was trying to tell the audience. Obviously, it is very unrealistic to believe it. Takes you really out of the movie, you know. I was really disappointed by this movie, unfortunately. And I was really looking forward to this. And after watching this, I understand why you were flopped. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this? Enjoyed this review. Don't watch other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.